Okay, abusua makwa ba shonko so edeba Ghana politics avenue so abusua yembonra yensemu lawyer Martin Kpebu ene OSP kisi ejapen after say ye detaining lawyer Martin Kpebu ewo OSP office no there were some heated arguments via a course so OSP office some military officer be and OSP military officers be omo no obusua I say they were almost be attack lawyer Martin Kpebu no abusua sa so jesi ho aba asema ya sake omo e the free office so ye sa so jesi no e the free sa office so abusua lawyer Amaleba e the ehonsem bi ababetuja o chese die saa so jesi na ensem fata senke se omoye sa because na soldiers no air threats lawyer Martin Kpebu omo chese ono de on train na obehu ene ensensem bi omo keka na ensem fata se omo keka sanse mo me yanko na yanko ti ensema because one subscribe like na share ma afufron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana politics avenue so medamase.
So the two are my friends. But what happened on that day, that evening, which led to Martin Kpebu's arrest, lacked wisdom. And that's why I describe it as irrational. This is a man who has accused the entire institution. You don't do anything to him that would suggest that you are trying to stifle him. Any attempt to do what they did would amount to, oh, so now it appears it's true. That's why they are doing that to him. And that's what most Ghanaians said afterwards. So it lacked wisdom. They needed to just not allow that to happen. But you see, those in uniform, and so the military alone, those in uniform, because when you listen to Martin Kpebu's narration, the altercation started when some policemen and soldiers at the premises tried to either hurl insults at him or ridicule him. And knowing Martin Kpebu, he's not the type who will just keep quiet and walk away. And I told you, this is a man who has a lion's heart. You know, when we're growing, there were some people you can beat them, you throw them, but they'll cling back to you. And you will be the one to even run away and leave the person. That's the kind of Martin Kpebu is. And you see, when he was released from, his spirits were not down. You see? I'm sure by now the wife will say, oh, you are not the only one. What is happening? But he won't mind. So such people too are there. And such people pop up in generations. And I can mention a lot of people all over the world. If you go to Nigeria, during the military regime, there's a lawyer called Femi Falani. Femi Falani, Nigeria. Yeah. Google him and you see. In South Africa, there was Steve Biko. When it was apartheid, when it was dangerous, there was that person. So there are people like that. Even in our regime, during the Rawlings, there was Kwesi Pratt. There are people like that. They come, they pop up once a while, and they are ready to even die. So when the soldiers begin to taunt him or do those things, that led to all the brouhaha we saw. And I want to tell those in uniform, and if they are listening this morning, the fact that you are in uniform doesn't mean that you should look down upon civilians. Because what is this all about? You are stupid. What is this all about? You will see. Is it because of the uniform you are wearing? Because there are some of them, one-to-one, the civilian can beat him. You understand? So I think they are training too, the orientation. They are still behaving like the colonial period. And I've said that the training must give them democratic because we're in a democracy, democratic training, so that they will begin to deal with people nicely. And you see that they have been withdrawn from the, I'm told yesterday they were not there again. The soldiers were not there.
Oh, I see.
Because of this brouhaha. Now, I was shocked that after all that criticism that evening against the Special Prosecutor's Office, they still went ahead and invited him to come the next day and were posing harsh bail conditions.
I mean, they even went around to him to verify the residence and then check the documents and take measurements. I heard Martin say that they took measurements of the land to check whether it aligns with what was on the documents.
This smart car
As if you are dealing with a common criminal who has no place of abode. Martin Kpebu can be found anywhere. But I thought that after that evening's bashing of the special prosecutor, they would have called this matter off. And I agree with Martin Kpebu. If you go to court, what is the issue that you are going to raise? Obstruction of a public officer? When the public officer was the one who held the insult files? So, the special prosecutor failed to apply wisdom in this matter. Kpebu Addo is my friend. But I knew he was going to release that evening. I broke the news before you broke the news.
We spoke to you just, I think, about 5 or 10 minutes before. You said that some intervention had taken place.
Yes.
Where did that intervention come from?
I won't tell you.
Our viewers are interested.
I also know, but
I won't tell you.
Oh, you're also not going to tell me?
I won't tell you.
As a man,
you are denying us information.
No.
I mean, it's important because of what has because of what has happened subsequently. Because if there was an intervention, one would think that would end the matter. But the following day, they are going around with him still checking.
I tell what I tell my wife anytime some of these things come up. There are some secrets as a man, you must die with it.
Yes. Totally agree. Absolutely.
There are some.
Well, you are now back vocalist,
absolutely.
right? Why would you do it?
Absolutely. Not everything you say as a man.
That's as a man.
The two are one, so tell everything.
I said
There are
not
some.
everything.
You must go to grave of it.
And
this one of it.
That one, I agree.
Uh-huh.
I agree. That one,
So this one is one of
I
it.
agree. I agree.
So
why are you a man?
when all these things were happening, I knew there were talks behind the scene that he'll be released that evening. And Kisi had actually said that he was going to ensure that he's released. And that's how come I came out to break the news. Now, should Kisi Addo go or not? I would say here and now that it is not about Kisi Addo. It is about the office. That office was created by what I'll call political motivation. It is politically motivated office that was created. The circumstances that led to the creation of that office was because the previous administration wanted to get at the former Mahama administrators or appointees. And so they got Martin Amidu because at that time the relationship between Martin Amidu and the NDC had strained, thinking that, and they didn't know that Martin Amidu had his own mind. He's a man you cannot push around, thinking that he would do their bidding. So immediately Martin Amidu resigned. That was the end, or the beginning of the end of that office. My own prescription of that office is that office, if redesigned, can play the role that it is expected to play. I wouldn't call for its total abolition. I will call for it being given to, I know there are people who are calling for decoupling of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice. So that the prosecutorial powers will be with the Attorney General. The Minister of Justice will just be the administrator of, like the minister. We can merge it with the DPP's office. And the appointment to that office will be non-political. The president should not have a hand in appointing that person, if actually we are interested in fighting corruption. Because it is important that we have an independent body that will not look behind its shoulders when corruption comes into play. And so that independent body can be the special prosecutor, but merged with the Attorney General office, which will be decoupled, which will further be decoupled from the Minister of Justice, and make that office the prosecutorial office when it comes to matters of corruption as well. Okay. So that for me is the way to go. But not scrapping it entirely will not also cure the mischief of where the Attorney General is unable to prosecute his own.
Okay.
So if we are interested in fighting corruption, let's redesign that office in this form that I've mentioned.
Let me come to Ebo here. And Ebo, I mean, what do you make of all that has been playing out there? I mean, there are those who say that Kissi is not helping matters, particularly at a time that there is a certain push to have him removed from office.
Yeah, let me deal with the office itself before I come to the person of Kissi. I have said it. It's on record, and I want to repeat it here. I think the establishment of the office was superfluous, and it was wasteful. We didn't need it. As ABC said, that office was established for a purpose. And when that fizzled out, it became a different office altogether. And I've said that what Nana Akuffo created that office for was nothing but pure governance mockery. You know, it's like establishing a fire service, okay? And then you, the one who established fire service, you turn around and you burn the house yourself. You burn the house down yourself. One of the reasons why we established that office was to prevent corruption. If you look at the mandate of the OSP, one of the core mandates was to prevent corruption. But the Akuffo's government left office as the most corrupt government. So what was the essence of the office? Why was the office established in the first place? Are you getting it? So I believe that we don't need our office. But my position is quite different from what AB suggested. That is the position of the United Party. We believe that if indeed we want to fight corruption, one of the things we need to do is to harmonize all anti-corruption institutions into one anti-corruption institution. Because in Ghana today, if you look, CID is fighting corruption, OSP is fighting corruption, FIC is fighting corruption, Yoko is fighting corruption. You could see pockets of institutions with multiplicity of functions, all fighting corruption. So there seems to be confusion in that area. And we are not getting any result. We are spending so much in our fight against corruption, but the results we are getting is not anything to write home about. So let's be rational about it. Let's look at it from, cost-benefit analysis perspective. Are you getting it? And value for money perspective. And so we believe that if you harmonize all our institutions into one anti-corruption institution, then harmonize all our corruption laws. They are all scattered all over the place. Let's have one law, anti-corruption law. Are you getting it? And have one person in charge. I agree with AB And that is our position. The person should not be appointed by the president, so that the person can even take the president to court and even charge the president and prosecute him. If you really want to fight corruption, that should be the approach. And so, if we're able to do that, and can you imagine we have what we call anti-corruption czar or overlord, who is not afraid of anyone in this country when it comes to the issue of corruption, who will not be looking behind whether someone is watching or someone is speaking, whether a chief or someone is speaking. The person will go after whoever is involved in corruption. And if you're able to do that, I believe we can achieve a lot in respect of our fight against corruption. So I am for the complete, if you scrapping of the office. Let's replace it with something more powerful. I mean, the man said, I saw Ken leave, and I was so powerless. I saw him leave. I intercepted the letter that suggested that the man was about to leave. I saw him leave, and I was so powerless. I couldn't do anything about it. So why should that office exist? Why don't you convert it into something more powerful that can have teeth to bite, even the president?
But wait a minute, what could he have done under Akuffo's administration? Do you know the administration you were talking about? And Kisik can stop, what's his name, Ken Ofurata and Akuffo.
It's because of the nature. No. It's because of the nature of the office.
That's the point.
It's because of the nature of the office.
Because Martin's argument is that, I mean, we're right here in this country where the former special prosecutor publicly said that his work had been interfered with by the president. He said the president had asked him to do something. He had wanted him to take some document, and when he was investigating issues relating to the finance minister. That's the point that Martin makes, that if he couldn't do anything, the public should know.
Yeah, I don't know. The point I'm making is that it's because of the nature of the office. How the office has been established. That is why the man occupying the office sees himself as powerless. If you can establish in such a way that the man will be so powerful, will feel powerful, that the man can stop even president from traveling. You see, let's be serious if you want to fight corruption. Let's learn from what others have done and they've succeeded. Even Ethiopia, I was saying the last time here, Ethiopia, this year, January 25th or so, they passed a law, and the law is retroactive. When the case was taken to court, Supreme Court, the Supreme Court said, corruption is a special case, therefore we need a special law to deal with it. So forget about this retroactive thing that you are fighting. Let's go back 10 years. That's what they've done. They've gone back 10 years. In the last 10 years, if you acquired any property, but you cannot justify how you acquired it, it is confiscated to the state. And they've also, in that same law, they've shifted the burden from the prosecutor to the accused person. Because if you follow the same archaic colonial laws that are not helping us to fight corruption, we'll still be where we are. Let's do something different if you want to succeed in fighting corruption. And I believe that the office must not go. It is superfluous, it is wasteful, it is as wasteful as National Cathedral Project. We should get it out and get something more powerful. And that's the only way we can fight corruption and succeed.
Before the office goes, if the government takes that decision, I mean, do we need a new special prosecutor?
Before the office goes. I don't think the office must go quickly, immediately. They should begin the process and let's get it off and bring something powerful. And that is why, you see, that is why the Constitutional Review Committee must come in. They should, because all this is happening for a reason, I'm telling you. If whoever will be in charge of corruption in this country must not take his power from the Attorney General. The power, he must derive his power directly from the Constitution. And the security of office should be assured by the Constitution. And we should be very serious, my brother. If you really want to succeed, you see, we can only pretend to be fighting corruption, when in actual fact we know we are not fighting corruption. But if you really want to fight corruption, let's go into our law books and make a lot of changes.
Okay.
So that we can really succeed and save especially what we experienced in the past 8 years under Akuffo and his relatives, to the extent that as we speak, his own cousin has run away from the country. He's not even speaking, asking him to come. The man has run out of the country. Yeah, former finance minister. It's a shame.
Let me come to Prof now.
It's a shame.
And Prof, I mean, there are some who say that when they see the political class agree.
Okay, abusia we ne ensma ekoso ewo political highway so eye lawyer Amaleba na yete ne nkase odisa ensem no ede etudwa ede amaye na abusia on subscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afron so ensa into me enkabi aha Ghana politics avenue so medamase